All right, in this chapter, we're going to talk about using the service scheduler. If you have it enabled and you have the correct permissions under the service module, you'll see a scheduling tile. You can click that here and it's going to land you on your default view. Your default view can be configured in dealership settings as well as some other stuff here, including custom days. I have mine set to 5, but you can configure this under dealership settings, service settings. We do have a month view, a week view, a day view, a list view, which I particularly like when I'm just trying to understand a lot of things in one shot. And again, our custom view. In order to have scheduling set up to use, you need to come over here to technician scheduling and configure your technicians. Once they're on this list here, you can enable them by using this toggle here. You can assign them a color. You can say what days they're off. We're on, Tuesday through Saturday is what we work. My start time is 8 a.m. I take my break at, let's see, 1 p.m. I get an hour till 2 p.m. I think you get it right. And then our end time, we work in 8 to 5 p.m. here. So I could go down and set that. So now I've set my dealership days that I'm here, the hours that I work, my break if it's a consistent time, a color, and I'll go ahead and hit save and I'm ready to go. So now when I come back to my scheduling page, I can see the technicians that are assigned in columns here depending on the view. For day view, I can see that. For week view, I can see that, etc. All right, so let's go to our month view here for a minute. Let's go ahead and walk through creating a new appointment. So let's say we're in November here. We're going to create something for Friday. We can click on the particular day. We have an appointment date. We can start our time. Again, you can set your service scheduler hours here to what they show. So in this case, let's go ahead and set something for 3 p.m. It's going to be the half hour. Let's just say we're going to use our inspection. We'll use Mr. Training. The customer is going to wait with the unit. I can designate that there. I can go in and look for my customer here. Demo salesperson. There they are. I can go in, I can select the unit that we're going to be working on here. All right. And then I have a couple options once I've done that. I can, if I don't want to create an estimate yet, I can simply just kind of type in my model information here and my job information here. I linked it to a customer who had a unit, so you can see that it's populated here. If I need to select a different unit, I can click that magnifying glass, come back here, select a different unit. Once I have the unit added, I have two options here for my appointment. I can type a title and just hit save. And at this point, it's not linked to an estimate. This is just an appointment. When the customer shows up, the only thing I'm going to have on them is going to be in the calendar. I might inspect the unit and then decide to create the work estimate. If I want to do that, I can create the estimate button here by clicking it. Now, I also could have selected a standard job. Again, we don't want to type all these details out. So I'm going to go ahead and add that standard job in there, and I'm going to create my estimate. And you can see now it's added more information in. We've talked about job indicators. We can say needs an inspection because my appointment is set. The location is, it's in transit. The customer has it, and we don't have keys yet, so no key number. And we can see our job description from our standard job that we selected here. And once we do this, we can hit save, and we've now created an appointment linked to a work estimate. If I go to my week, I can scroll over here and we'll see my week view for the 28th. We can see my appointment there. If I need to, I can always click at any point in time on the calendar to drag stuff around. Here, we can see it's on my off time. There are some configurations as to whether we can schedule appointments during somebody's time off. You can configure that or not, but you can also move them around. You can also change the duration of the appointment from a half hour to an hour by simply dragging it. You can see now it updated here. And I can also, if I need to, completely move it over to a whole different day and a different time. Pretty quick way to move your appointments around, just like you would expect for some normal calendar type features, right? All right, if I have my day view, again, I'm just looking at the 25th. I can navigate here to the 27th. Again, I can also look at particular technicians by just filtering if I don't want to look at everybody. I can manually mark this as a day off if I need to, aside from what the default is. So if I have some days coming up that I'm going to be on vacation, I can toggle those in here on this calendar ahead of time to make sure that nothing can get scheduled on those days. We also have the list view. Again, I mentioned I really like this view because when you're looking at a week, I think it's just a quick way to kind of see your times and your days, especially as you have multiple days and appointments. And then we have our custom view here. Again, that's a 5-day view that you can look at. So that's how I can create an appointment from the calendar and link it up to an estimate. Now, if I also have a repair order created, which I did, let me clear out my search here. And we'll go here and say all. And now we'll see here's my new work estimate that I created just a minute ago. I can also create appointments right from the grid. So if I come in here, I can click and I can see my existing appointment. I can open it up to see details. Everything looks good here. Oh no, we're going to move this to 8:30. I can hit save and update that appointment without going to the calendar. I can also add in a new appointment. Click new appointment here. It knows what my information is. And one of the things I want to do here quickly is let's go into this RO and we'll add in another unit here. So we have multiple units and multiple jobs. Okay, let me save that. So when I create an appointment, I can do the same thing here. I can create an appointment linked up right in the details as well. If I click that here, I can say new appointment. And when I have multiple units or multiple jobs, you can see here I'll have a drop down. Which unit for this RO do you want to make it for? Oh, this is for the Dinago. It's an inspection. I can give it my job indicator, whatever I want to do, put my appointment time, all that stuff, and hit save. And now I've created an appointment right from the link. Again, I can come in here and now I'll see 2 appointments listed. So pretty easy to manage those appointments. If I create an appointment and I need to remove it from the calendar or anything like that, it's pretty simple. I can go ahead and I can hit the delete button and that will remove it from my calendar. Again, just a reminder over here in dealership settings, if you come over to service settings, you can limit technicians to being clocked into more than one job at one time. This is something, again, you can decide based off of how you want to run your dealership. So don't miss that. So again, service scheduling is a great tool that can help you manage the jobs, the processes coming into your dealership. Make sure to have all your schedulers watch this video if you use our process because it should improve their functionality within DX1 and make your department more efficient when it comes to scheduling appointments.